You may remember that I made a commitment last year that I was going to shop less than I did in years prior, which I'm not saying I didn't buy anything last year, but I feel like I was pretty good at sticking to it, and it's something that I would like to continue with. So today we're going to be discussing why I made that decision and what other potentially bad shopping habits I would like to break in 2023, and some that I broke in years prior, but I still wanted to mention them here in case you too are trying to break out of this cycle of overconsumption. So without further ado, if you'd like to chat about all the shopping habits that we should all break in 2023, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and keep on watching. So if you haven't seen my original video talking about this decision of not doing that much shopping, not doing as many unboxings and luxury hauls, I will make sure to have the original video link down below for you. I honestly can't remember when I posted it and what exactly I said in that video of mine. I didn't want to go back and watch it right before I sat down to film this. Number one, I'm not the biggest fan of watching myself, and number two, I feel like I would have just ended up repeating the same things. So I'm not exactly sure what I said, but I will make sure to have that link down below for you in case you would like to hear about me making this decision in the first place. But let's quickly discuss what I'm thinking now and where I'm at with this luxury overconsumption, which I feel like there is so much pressure on social media for us to constantly buy something new, unbox something new, haul something new. Anytime I go on social media, there is another unboxing, another excessive haul, which I am not one to judge. I could not care less what anyone does with their own money, so it does not come from a judgmental place. But when it comes to me personally, I understand that I am a part of the problem considering that I do this multiple times a week, but I wanted to cut back on unboxings and I wanted to make sure that the pieces that I buy and I share with you, I not only share the piece itself, but also the reasoning behind buying that particular piece. I wanted to make sure that when I buy something, I go away, I test it, and I come back to you with a review and an update on whether or not I think that particular piece is worth the money. Because I don't just go out and buy things for the sake of buying things. Whenever I buy something, there is a reason for it, or I would like to think that there is a reason for it. And I am not perfect by any means. This video, I don't want to sound preachy. I am a work in progress, but I thought we're all friends here, so why not share our insights and our thoughts with each other? And of course, if you have any feedback for me, the comment section is as always open for you. So that was the first reason. I didn't want to be part of this overconsumption trend. Number two, I was really quite uninspired last year, and I still am. I feel like there just aren't that many exciting new launches. Most brands are just doing the same things over and over and over again, and I'm not sure if it's me becoming a little bit older and not caring about trends and the hottest things anymore. But honestly, there were just not that many things that I felt inspired by. There weren't that many things that I was dying to get my hands on, so that also helped. And let's not forget that I'm incredibly grateful for the collection that I already own. There aren't that many holes in my collection that I need to fill with new pieces, not to mention that I know my taste quite well. I know what suits me, I know what makes me feel comfortable, I know what are the pieces that I gravitate towards, and those pieces I already own, and I didn't feel the need to replace them or just have additional pieces in my collection of similar items, which is one of the habits that I would like to break in 2023. So this is the perfect segue to talk about the first habit that I am trying to break, and I would suggest that you think about it too, which is buying multiples of the exact same piece. So let's say if you have, I'm not just talking about buying identical pieces, which is something that I definitely used to do whenever I found, let's say, the perfect pair of pants or the perfect knit. I would then go out and buy it in every single color that I could find it in, or at least the colors that I would have been interested in. And the perfect example for that is that pair of Dior pants that I found in the sale. If you haven't seen my Dior shopping vlog of me going to the sale and picking up a few things, I'll make sure to have it linked down below for you. But if you've seen it, you may remember that I found the perfect pair of black tailoring pants, which were a classic staple with just a hint of spice, which I loved, and those pants came in black. and brown. As soon as I found the black ones, I was like, right, I am getting these. And since they also had them in brown, I thought I might as well get the brown pair too, which would have been a huge mistake, because let's be honest, if I already have the black pair, I'm rarely, if ever, going to reach for the brown pair just because it looks great. It doesn't mean that I need it or my collection as a whole needs it, because personally I know my style. I know that when and if I have something in black, I'm never going to reach for the same piece but in another color, because black is the color that I wear the most. It's the color that makes me the happiest and the most confident and comfortable. So there was really no point for me to buy the brown pair too, just because they had it available and because I liked the overall style. I know FOMO can be real, but just don't do it. Buy one piece at a time, because it's much better to lose out on something than to waste your money, because honestly, nothing is irreplaceable. So even if you lose out on a special deal, even if the piece gets sold, I can guarantee that you will most likely find something comparable. There are very few pieces that are 1 in a million, and I know we like to think that everything we find is a 1 in a million. Well, that would be ideal, but that's just not the case. So do not buy multiples of the same piece just in different colors, or buy multiples of the exact same item. It might not be something that anyone does, but I certainly used to do, especially when it comes to knitwear. I wear knitwear so much that I used to buy multiples of the exact same piece, and there's just really no need for it. If you invest in the right quality, the right pieces, those pieces will last long enough that you don't have to buy multiples of the exact same item. Yes, when it comes to sportswear, it's something that I would do, it's something that I still do, but when it comes to investing in pieces, there's just really no need to buy multiples of the exact same item, especially not all at once. And speaking of investing in the right pieces, I'm a big advocate of investing in quality over quantity. And here I am by no means saying that every single piece in your collection should cost a paycheck. That's not what I'm trying to say. But if you have a piece that you go back to time and time again, a piece that you wear all the time, a staple, something that I would personally call a uniform piece, it is worth considering putting a little bit more money into that piece and spending less on things that would go alongside with it. Because if you invest a little bit more money in a piece, in most cases, and I'm not saying that it goes for every single expensive piece of clothing or piece of SLG or bag out there, but usually if you buy the right piece and if you spend just a little bit more money on your staples, they will fit better, they will last longer, and they will give you less of a headache when it comes to styling them. Because if you buy a piece that looks good to begin with, you have to spend less time and less money styling it and making it work. You don't have to spend as much money on all the accessories that would make an outfit, because they will stand out on their own. So trust me, investing a little bit more money into these staples, pieces that you wear a lot, will go a really long way. And if you're thinking, I'm shopping a ton, I'm spending all this money, but my collection is not where I need it to be, try to identify those key pieces that you wear a lot and try to invest in those pieces. That's a great way to start. And if you don't know where to begin, if you don't know what the key pieces are in your collection, what I would do is I would try to take a selfie or a picture of yourself in a mirror every single morning and look back after a few weeks and see which are the pieces that you wear over and over and over again. And the next time you're in the mood to shop, instead of buying 2, 3, 4, 5 new pieces, put all that money towards buying one statement piece, buying a piece that will last a long time, because that is an investment that I think you're going to be really happy with. These next two habits I feel like often go hand in hand, and I have been getting better at resisting the temptation, but there's still a long way to go for me. The first one, which I'm struggling with, is sale shopping. Sales are my Achilles heel when it comes to safe shopping. I always feel like I'm saving money by spending money, and more often than not, that's just simply not true. I buy so much stuff in sales that I don't actually need. So how could I work on that, or how could you work on that if that's something that you're also struggling with? I found the best way to go about sale shopping is to have a list. If you know that you are going to a sale, if you know that the sale season is coming up and it's something that you have a hard time resisting, Write yourself a list, write a list of all the things that you would like to get your hands on, or perhaps have a wish list. So if you feel like there is a gap in your collection that you could try to fill, yes, the sale season is one of the best times to do it, but don't buy things that you don't need, buy things that you already have. Try to still fill gaps in your collection, even when it comes to buying things at a discount, because there's really no point spending money on things that you don't need when that money could go towards something that you actually have the need for. I mean, let's be honest, we don't need to buy anything, but things that would actually make you a lot happier in the long run. And I feel like it ties right back to investing in quality over quantity. When it comes to the sale season, having a list is a must. It's something that I need to get better at, but it is something that we'll work through together. And if you find that you struggle with impulse buying all year round, you don't need a sale, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There is an easier fix for this, which is number one, to have a wish list all year round. Go through your wardrobe every season, anytime you feel like you need to get a better idea of what you already have. Try to identify those pieces that you need to upgrade, pieces that you need to replace, pieces that you don't have yet, and have a running list on your phone. It's the easiest thing. Write them down, a list that you always have access to, that you can always add to or take away from. But that is a really good thing to do, to have that list. And then the other trick that has saved me, honestly, tens and tens of thousands of dollars, is taking a picture of every single thing that you find that you are tempted by. So if you, let's say, go shopping, you find a piece that you think could be one of those pieces of your list, instead of buying it on the spot, take a picture of it, save it in a folder. If you find something online, take a screenshot, put it away, and then revisit it in a few days or maybe in a week. Think about it, see if it's something that you continue thinking about or if it's something that you completely forget. Because I feel like when it comes to luxury shopping, oftentimes it's more about the experience than actually owning and utilizing that piece in your collection, especially when you are just about to jumpstart your luxury collection. It is a lot more tempting to buy something than to actually own it and use it. So whenever you find something, take a picture of it, have it on your phone, and maybe wait a week to see if it's something that you're still thinking about. Don't worry about missing out on something, because honestly, nothing is irreplaceable. And I personally would much rather miss out on something than waste a ton of money on something that I would have never used or I would have never been happy with. And I can go through my phone now, I can go back years and find pictures of things that I was dying over, and now I can't even remember ever looking at. So this is the trick to do if you struggle with impulse buying, or even if you're just looking for making a larger ticket purchase. This is the way to go. Let's say your dream is to one day own a Chanel Classic Flap, an Hermes Birkin, a Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, whatever your dream bag is, whatever your favorite brand may be. What do you usually do? You would usually go into a boutique to get to know the brand, see the different colors that the bags come in, see the different sizes, play around with them, look at which size suits you best. You can take a picture of yourself with that particular piece, so you can imagine what it's going to do for you, and you can have a think about that piece. And anytime you go into that boutique, you will come across some little pieces of SLG that will give you a similar idea of what it's going to be like owning that actual bag, but they are not quite as expensive. What do most people do? They'll pick up an SLG here and there. That's the one thing that you should not do. You should not buy and have an excess of SLGs, because that is the easiest way to waste your money, buying a ton of SLGs, things that honestly will all virtually do the same thing for you and will look virtually identical. SLGs are the one thing that you can spend and waste so much money on. It's something that I've really, really struggled with. Anytime, well, for me, it was Hermes. Anytime they came out with a new color, a new leather, that I wasn't sure if I would want in a bag, I picked up an SLG and I spent thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of dollars on SLGs that now are all sitting in a drawer, when that money could have gone towards an actual bag or something larger, even a piece of jewelry, even ready to wear, that could have filled a gap in my collection. But no, instead I bought SLGs that I already owned in different colors, maybe in a slightly different design. And I understand that some people do collect SLGs, but if that's not you, if that's not your goal, do not fall into the trap of having these little gratifications along the way, because yes, they won't be quite as expensive as a bag, but over time they're going to cost you just as much as a bag would, yet they won't do as much for your collection and as much for you. In my opinion, there are two pieces of SLGs that everyone needs. Number one, a compact, simple card holder, one that fits into your pocket or into a smaller bag, something really, really small and discreet. Most of your favorite brands will do them. I personally love the Hermes ones, but if you love Dior, if you love Chanel, they all do these really, really simple card holders. That is something that I think everyone could benefit from having. And then the other piece that I think everyone needs is a larger wallet. Ideally one that will also function as a bag on its own. So for me, that would be the Kelly wallet, which is definitely a large investment to make. But again, going back to quality over quantity, if you invest in something like a Kelly wallet, which I'm not arguing with, that is going to be a large investment, but it is a piece that will last a lifetime, if not multiple lifetimes. And it's a piece that you can use every single day and never get tired of it. But you do not need it in different colors. You do not need it in different leathers. Get one that brings you joy. If you love a pop of color, get it in a pop of color. If you want to use it every single day, get it in a neutral. Or if you're like me and you're loyal to black, just get it in black. There is nothing boring about going for your favorite color, but please do not buy an excess of SLGs, which is something that I committed to years ago, and I honestly think I have been pretty good at it. Well, I did have a little hiccup last year, which we'll definitely talk about when and if I get around to talking about my best and worst purchases of 2022, which I know we're halfway through January, but if it's something that you would still like to see from me, maybe give this video a thumbs up, just so I know that it's something that I should get to working on, because I would love to do it for you, but it might be too late to talk about those pieces. But there was one piece that I didn't get as much use out of as I initially thought, but I would say that overall I was pretty good at not buying that many new SLGs that I just don't have the need for. But you know what I replaced that with? That habit I replaced with buying a luxury skincare. I mean, it got so bad towards the end of last year that I had a cupboard just filled with so much skincare that the skincare I actually use on a daily basis, I had no more room for. So I had to go through that entire cupboard, clear it out, go through the things that I actually enjoyed using, and then donate the rest or try to recycle it, because I mean, I just had no need for any more new skincare, and I do enjoy the experience of using skincare, but I already have a set routine that I'm so happy with. So there's really no point for me to trial and test new things, because I so rarely talk about new skincare on here that it's not like I'm doing it really for anyone other than myself. And I'm already extremely happy with some of the products that I already use. Now, if you're not happy with your routine, obviously continue trialing new things. But if it's become a habit that you buy yourself a new moisturizer every weekend, a new lipstick if you wear makeup, a new nail polish, yes, these pieces bring you a little bit of joy, a joy that probably fades as soon as you get home and you realize that you have 5 other things that do the exact same thing for you, for your skin or for your makeup look. And they might not be as expensive as a bag, a piece of SLG, or even a pair of shoes would be, but these things do add up over time. And I would say just save your money and put that money towards the pieces that you actually want and need in your collection. We are in 2023, and I kind of can't believe that people still talk about this as a negative thing, which is a habit that I would love for you to break. It's something that I have come to terms with, and I don't feel any shame around this, which some people do, and I cannot understand why, which is re-wearing pieces and outfits over and over and over again. I think there are so many people out there who think, you know, I have already worn this sweater a few times, I have to buy something new. I have already worn this outfit to this and that party, I need to buy something new, otherwise people will think that I have nothing else in my collection, which I think is just the worst approach to your collection and creating a capsule wardrobe that will last a lifetime. I am proud of the pieces that I wear time and time again. And it is not only the biggest compliment to the pieces that you already own, but the biggest compliment to yourself that you know how to invest your money wisely, because you know that if there is a piece in your collection that you want to wear over and over and over again, you made the right decision. You spent your money wisely because you are actually getting your money out of that piece that you purchased. So I think we should throw away this idea that you cannot rewear the exact same piece or even the same outfit. But if you're feeling self-conscious about rewearing the same piece or the same outfit, which let me tell you, you shouldn't, it is something that should be complimented. It's a huge accomplishment, in my opinion at least, and it's something that I do all the time. I mean, I would much rather have, as I said before, a collection of 3 pieces than a collection of 100 pieces that don't make me feel comfortable, that don't bring me joy. So anyway, if you feel like it's not something that you want to do, but there is a piece that you gravitate towards, a piece that you spent a lot of money on, and it actually brings you joy to wear it, maybe give yourself a challenge to style it 3 or 4 different ways. Try to shop your own collection and pair it with things that you wouldn't have done before. Give yourself a challenge and play around with these pieces. Have fun, but trust me, re-wearing the same piece or same pieces, even the same outfit, is a great idea. If you have an outfit that brings you joy, wear it over and over and over and over again until it literally falls apart, because that's why you spend all that money on the piece. And last but not least, the habit that I'm going to be working on breaking this year is going to be buying new. I would love to pick up some more pre-loved pieces for a few reasons. Obviously, buying pre-loved can often save you money. In some cases, quite a bit of money. It's meant to be better for the environment. And if you're buying pre-loved, the piece you're looking for already exists out there, and all you have to do is click purchase and the piece is yours. So it's definitely something I feel like 2023 for me is going to be the year of pre-loved. When I do my wishlist video, I will definitely share what piece and what pieces I am looking to buy pre-loved. I'm not saying that my entire collection and my entire wardrobe is going to be filled with pre-loved pieces, but there are definitely a few things that I have my eyes on. And if you have no idea how to approach this idea of pre-loved, if it's something that you've been hearing about but it's not something that you feel comfortable with, or you just don't know where to begin, I recently did a series on buying luxury pre-loved, full of tips and tricks, my approach, which brands to go to, how to go about authentication if that's not something that you're the most comfortable with. So I will make sure to have that series linked down below for you, because that will give you a pretty good guide, in my humble opinion, to getting started with pre-loved, which I'm not an expert on. So you are just kind of listening to a peer's sort of train of thoughts. And my friends, this completes today's video on the shopping habits we should all break in 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was different from my other videos, but I thought it might be fun to do something different. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And while you're down there, please let me know in the comment section what are the shopping habits that you are working on breaking this year. I cannot wait to hear from you. And as always, thank you so much for watching and being here, and I hope to see you back here with a new video really, really soon.